So today we're going to talk about money mindset and why, as a physical therapist, you should definitely charge over $200, or at least feel comfortable charging over $200. Hey, my name is Dr. LeBauer, and I'm a physical therapist. I'm a cash-based practice owner. I'm also a coach for other physical therapists who want to launch, grow, and scale their practice to multiple 6 and 7 figures. And the number one problem in physical therapy is you have a poor money mindset. Hey, maybe you're not even a physical therapist. You probably have a really bad money mindset. So, for instance, last week I posted to Instagram, and here's what it says. It says, if you would never charge more than $200 a visit for physical therapy, you either, 1, don't believe what you do actually helps patients, or 2, don't understand the value of what you do as a physical therapist. And people freaked out. Well, the people freaking out were people with poor money mindsets, people who don't value what they do, but think they should, or people who are employees and have an employee mindset. Okay, it's as simple as that. Because if you valued what you did, you wouldn't have a problem charging more than $200 for physical therapy. Now, what most people thought was that I'm saying you have to charge more than $200. I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying if you want to own a business and hire great employees, you should. But if you would never charge more than $200 a visit for physical therapy, then you don't understand what you do, or you don't value yourself. It's as simple as that. And I'm going to break it down a little bit deeper, because I got a great question. I'm like, I can't even reply to this via text because it's coming from a place of not knowing, and I can't have a conversation. So I figured I'd record it here on the video. But let me break down the problem first. Number 1, if you don't value what you do, you would never charge for it. Okay, great. You can struggle to make 6 figures as a physical therapist, to pay off your student loans, to afford to go on vacation or take time off. You can complain about not getting a raise. You can complain about not being paid enough, or you can complain about your student loans. But you gotta go out there and do something about it. And if you're stuck working a job, making $45 an hour, just know that massage therapists make more than you, or they can. I mean, if you work at a massage place like Massage Envy, you make like $18 plus a $5 to $10 tip, and they won't. But Aaron LeBauer, the massage therapist, was making $85 an hour before I went to PT school. So there's no way in hell I was going to go work at the hospital, make $45 an hour, even $38 an hour, and not see patients the way that I thought they need to be seen. So I make a whole lot more than that. And as a business owner, I make a whole lot more than you will as a solo practitioner, right? People who go out and say, hey, I only make $45, let me just go charge $75 for a visit, or you want me to needle you at the CrossFit box, it's $25 a muscle. That's not being a physical therapist or decision maker. That's getting out of a shitty job. So here's the thing. The number one thing about money is your money matters. Okay, money is not bad, money is good. You can do so much good with more money. So if anyone ever taught you or led you to believe that making more money meant you were bad or evil or an asshole or was taking away from someone else, that's their problem, not yours. And you can change that thought right now. You can change your thoughts around money, because just imagine if you had an extra $100,000 more than you needed, even after you bought that BMW and the Gucci bag, and you had an extra $100,000, what could you do with it? You could donate it to Shriners Children's Hospital. You could donate it to, like here in Greensboro, the IRC. We could donate it to Stand Haiti Project. We donated $5,000 or so from PT BizCon. I can't remember the exact number, to Stand Haiti Project, but it was basically, it was almost a year's salary for one of their physical therapists at their clinic down there. Well, damn, I'm gonna make sure I do that again next year. My money matters, right? Your money matters. You attended PT BizCon, you bought a shirt, your money matters. So how do we make our money matter? When you know who you serve and why you're serving them, then your money can matter. And I'm not saying you charge more than $200 and never do pro bono work. I'm saying don't do just pro bono work and don't do pro bono work for your employer. Don't do pro bono work for Blue Cross Blue Shield. Fuck them. They're not in it for your patients. I work for patients, not insurance companies. So when I work for patients and not insurance companies, and I design a plan my patients can get on board with, they're more than happy to pay me $200 or more for physical therapy. We charge much more than $200 a visit for physical therapy. And we actually don't charge per hour. We create a plan and a treatment program customized to our patients. And then we make them an offer for that plan. It's kind of like you went to PT school and they didn't charge you, per hour you spent in gross anatomy. They charged you for a degree to call yourself Dr. LeBauer. So that's what we do. We say, hey, Ms. Jones, we recommend this program. It's going to get you these results without worrying about doing more damage to your joints. How's that sound? And Ms. Jones goes, great, because we had a conversation with her beforehand about what was wrong and why is it important and why does it matter to her. And it's not just about the joint, it's not just about the activity, it's what does that activity do and how does that activity make them feel and how does it make them a better parent, spouse, friend, brother, mother, sister, role model. When we do that, then we're selling something no one else can sell. Right, we're not selling traditional physical therapy. Physical therapy is how I get a result. So let me go back and look at this one comment. There's one comment in here. And if you want to check it out, go follow me on Instagram at Aaron LeBauer. You can do that right now, pause the video, whatever. Or, if you're watching it live, just go follow me. But it's over on my wall. Here's the thing, your money matters. Money can do a lot for you and for other people, the more money you have. Just imagine if, you know what, Aaron, I don't want to make too much money because I don't really need too much money. One, there's plenty of money in the world to go around. The US is printing more money every day, so there's not a finite amount. Like you can go get more money. And number three, what if you have someone in your family who needs a full-time caregiver one day? Maybe now, maybe not now, but later, whether it's a child or a parent. Like I don't want that to happen to you, but what if? Do you have enough money to, in case that happens? Do you have enough money in case a parent doesn't have health insurance or life insurance or disability or long-term care insurance and they end up in a long-term care facility, $100,000 a year? Do you have that? Can you pay an extra $100,000 a year working at the hospital as a physical therapist? No. But if your money doesn't matter to you, if you don't have a why and people don't matter to you, then you're never going to connect those things. You're never going to have the money that you need. And you're going to continue living paycheck to paycheck. And someone said in this comment, oh, Aaron, you don't know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck. You know what I say? I say F you, because I lived paycheck to paycheck. I was a bike messenger. I made $1,100 every 2 weeks in San Francisco, where it was more expensive to live than anywhere in the US except New York City. I know what it's like. It was like to eat tofu and ramen noodles, and living it up was a burrito and a beer for $5 down the street. And that was totally fine with me. But now I've got money in the bank. I've got money invested. I've got money for a rainy day. I've got money to give. I've got money to save in case something happens. I've got what I need. And no, I don't drive around in a brand new fancy car and, I'm a private jet and all that stuff. I don't have those things. I wear blue jeans and a t-shirt to work. So anyways, let me read this and just share with you a couple of my thoughts, because, there's one guy, seems like, typically maybe a student asking this question, but kind of like, what do you do, to charge more than $200? Like, is it based on your outcomes? Well, I'm just going to say, number one, if someone's going to pay me $250 an hour for what we do, does it matter if there's any research that proves what I do is better? And I'm not saying my treatment techniques are better than yours. I'm saying my interpersonal skills, our patient experience, and our promise for what they're going to get, because they're not going to get physical therapy. They're not going to get exercises in a sheet, and I'm not going to count reps. We listen, we touch, and we empower. I'm a student, but I know that a lot of the research that's been coming out in the past 20 years has been showing that outcomes between different interventions aren't too terribly different from each other. I'm not talking about the interventions that we do are worth $200. I'm talking about asking people the right questions and not treating them like a number or a shoulder or a knee. Not putting them in a room with 3 other people and saying, here, do these stretches, and walking away. Like, that's not it. He said, what metrics do you do to measure the meaningful results? Like, I don't use metrics other than the patients come back and they're happy and they leave us 5-star ratings and reviews. Aren't those metrics enough, right? They're not peer reviewed, but they are peer reviewed, not by my peers, but by my patients' peers. I think the other thing was, what about your physical therapy is not typical? Is atypical physical therapy a good thing? How do you measure and determine your PT isn't typical? So clearly misunderstood, because I said we don't do typical PT, and that's how we charge more than, because we're not a mill. We don't do typical PT. What is it about that's atypical? And I don't measure it. You just have to experience, but you have to understand it's not about physical therapy. It's about what people want. Whether it's a patient or someone who wants to buy your online course, you have to think about what does your patient, client, or customer really want? They want results that they can't get by themselves. Okay, I can get them a result. I can get them back to running in 5 different ways. I can do massage, I can do needling, I can do some manipulation, I can do all these things, but I don't know what to do until I evaluate them. But really, who cares about my evaluation if the patient isn't bought in and they don't know why we're doing this? And if the patient understands that I know what they want, they don't really just want to run a marathon. They want to feel strong and confident, like a good role model for their kids. I can help them feel strong, confident, and a good role model for their kids no matter what I do, okay? Whether it's physical therapy, massage therapy, personal training, health coaching, I can get them that result. I can't fix the meniscus, but I can get them the result they want. And you will never do that in traditional physical therapy because insurance isn't paying for you to sit and talk to your patients about their goals, dreams, and desires. If you're loving this, please make sure that you hit the like, the notification bell, subscribe, hit the, I can't remember which side it is. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and then click the notification bell. Or make sure you follow me on Instagram at Aaron LeBauer. Let me see. This other one says, how do you determine the value of your expertise compared to other providers? I'm assuming that this is again based off of outcomes. You know what? I'm not determining my value based off of outcomes or other providers. I'm determining it based on the results I can help people get. And I'm undercharging. So it's 2 different things, right? Maybe your only experience with patients is Dr. Smith, the orthopedic surgeon, patient goes in, they have shoulder pain, Dr. Smith, the orthopedic surgeon, orders an MRI, and then is like, oh, we can do an injection and we'll always have surgery on the table. Never touches the patient. Patient gets the injection and then surgery. And then Dr. Smith, the orthopedic surgeon, refers them to the physical therapy, and they go to see you in the physician-owned practice, and you have that patient for rehab. You maybe do an eval one-on-one for 45 minutes, and then they just got a set of exercises. They're following a protocol. That's not physical therapy. That's being a technician with an advanced degree. Because physical therapy is about making decisions with your patients in their best interest, and not letting physicians or insurance companies determine your decision-making power. So number 1, that's what we do in a cash-based practice. I have no one else but myself and the patient in the room deciding on what's best for that person. Payment's not going to let us get in the way. Even if a person's like, oh, I can't afford this, we're going to find a program that they can afford that works in their budget. So what do we do? How do I prove that? Okay, just imagine, this is the easiest example. Pelvic floor PT. Patient comes in, they always leak when they squat, laugh, or sneeze, and they have pain with sex. Okay, wouldn't you agree that it's worth $2,500 to that person, if they've been struggling with this for years, that if in the next 6 to 12 weeks I could solve this problem for them? Wouldn't you agree that that's worth $2,500? And if you say no, you probably have never worked with or seen a patient who's had this issue and how it's affected their life, or you're just afraid to even think of it, pelvic floor physical therapy problems. But if you are a pelvic PT or a woman or man with a pelvic floor issue, and I can help you solve that problem in a few months, you drop $2,500 to get that problem solved definitively, because you've struggled with it. You've been to how many gynecologists, urologists, other specialists, right? So just imagine it's, let's say, John, the marathoner, and he's got knee pain. And he's been told, don't run again because you're going to damage your knees, you're going to arthritis. But he's 45 years old, and he wants to compete in an Ironman, right? Okay, to compete in an Ironman, you have to buy, bikes these days are minimum $2,500, probably more like $5,000. You got a couple pairs of running shoes. You've got the event, which is probably $500 plus $500 in the hotel, plus your air flight $500, plus getting your bike there in a bike bag. The bike bag itself is $300. So how much has he spent? Now he's being told to stop. Okay, he can't train for the marathon. His friends, family, people, we're gonna come. He can't even go there. The Ironman, let's say call it an Ironman. Now, over the course of the last few years, John has been to get an MRI, an X-ray, been to see, taken a half a day off to go to orthopedic surgeons and wait an hour and a half to see the surgeon for 5 minutes. Saw mostly the PA, was told he's got damage, he shouldn't run anymore. Okay, and then he's been to see chiropractor, other PTs, the trainer, rehabbed it himself on YouTube. How much time has he spent? Time is money. How much time has he spent trying to solve this problem? If you come and see me, I can help you solve this problem in less than 12 weeks. Wouldn't you agree that that's worth $2,500? Because that MRI costs more than that. How am I determining my value? I know my value is sky high. So there's a difference between determining my value and setting a price. Price you kind of have to come up with yourself. Never charge less than $150 for 45 minutes or 60 minutes, because you're undercutting your value and everyone else's. And it's not a race to the bottom. Just think about this. Last time you went to the dentist and got a dental cleaning and it cost you $135, and the dentist saw you for 2 minutes, poked around your mouth, but most of the time you spent was with the dental hygienist. Not knocking dental hygienists, but they weren't the doctor, and you still paid $135 plus the $150 for the x-rays. And you walked out and didn't even think about not paying. Think about that. One of the ways we got to our rates was because I was charging less and was working on hiring other PTs, and I wanted to be able to pay them a great salary, give them a great job. And I couldn't do that charging less than $150 an hour. It wasn't possible. I deserve a profit as well, right? Because I own the business. I put in the blood, sweat, and tears. So I came up with a rate and programs that work for me. You got to come up with them that work for you. If you're looking to grow and scale your clinic and you want our help, I'd love to help you do that. I'd love to help you get your rates up, help you figure out the whole sales process, and onboard to all of our Platinum Mastermind members. One of the first things we do is we put them through an ethical influence training, and we install the application funnel in their business. And that allows the patients that were already coming in to convert at a higher rate, feel comfortable paying higher prices, and for you, the owner, charging higher prices, because we're not charging higher prices for your time. We're charging a fair value for the results you get your patients. And then after that, we spend the next 12 months, working on systems, scaling, growing, marketing, building out your business so that it frees you up from time, because your time is money, to go build a course, teach locally, spend the time with your kids. So if you're interested in getting more information about our Platinum Mastermind program, just shoot me a private message somewhere and with the words all in, and I'll get you more details. For now though, this is the end of the training. Just if you want to get more of these videos and listen more, make sure you hit like, subscribe, click the notification bell, follow me on Instagram at LeBauer. And pop over to Instagram, find that post, throw a comment in there, let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. If you agree or disagree, you can comment below this video on YouTube as well. Let me know, don't you agree, yes or no? Comment below and let me know why or why not. I'll do my best to come back in and answer your questions. But if it's super detailed and in-depth, I didn't even read the whole thing because it'd take too long. Some of it's because the person asking questions just doesn't get it. This is almost their first exposure. But I want to know, do you agree or disagree, and why? And I'll talk to you soon. Peace.